Thank you to the Irwin family. Now, as much as we would love to discuss the current issues of budget crisis in the U.S. and political unrest in Pakistan, we've decided to turn back the page for our next segment.
Please welcome back to the stage Tim Irwin as he enlightens us on the history of Pakistan.
Thank you. Well, we've just heard the national anthems for the two countries we're celebrating today. So let's take a couple of minutes and talk a little bit about each one of them. And I think we have just a couple of brief slides here in a minute. So you probably know the United States has been around for a little while. It's been over 230 years as its own country. But a little bit before that even, let's take a look at the landmass now known as North America and how it was. So prior to the arrival of the Europeans, North America was inhabited by small tribes of indigenous people. But as a variety of Europeans with newer technology arrived, there was a rapid colonization of the continent. Okay. We'll get these bloopers worked out. So as you can tell by this map from 1750, the United Kingdom, France, and Spain all had major claims to land in which would eventually become the United States of America. And later in the 1700s, when the British colonies on the eastern seaboard of the United States had grown quite large, there was a rebellion against the British Crown. And this American Revolution resulted in the creation of the United States of America, led by General George Washington, who probably most of you know became the first president of the United States of America. So the U.S. spread westward, and an influx of people from all over the world created a society unlike any before it. Immigrants from around the world settled down to make their own way in life, resulting in a rich and complex melting pot of culture. The promise of a free country brought many people to America, where they were free to practice whichever religion they wanted, where they could work at whatever job they wanted, and where they could create the way of life they wanted for themselves and their children and their grandchildren. Today, the United States is one of the largest countries in the world, and for better or worse, the world's dominant superpower. It's the third largest country in the world by land area, trailing only Russia and Canada, and there are approximately 310 million people in the U.S., and only India and China have more people. So every year, on the 4th of July, we celebrate the independence of the United States of America, and on this special day, we celebrate not one, but two birthdays. Pakistan, as Muzaffar mentioned earlier, celebrates its independence on August 14th. And on that day in 1947, Pakistan became an independent sovereign nation. Pakistan today is on the map right here. I don't know, some of our American guests might not be able to pick it out as easily, but it didn't always look like this. Hundreds and thousands of years ago, there were magnificent civilizations living in this part of the world. The Indus Valley civilization thrived about 4,000 years ago in what is today Pakistan, and it was one of the most advanced societies in its time. They even had running water and advanced drainage systems. So World Heritage sites like Mohenjo-Daro in southern Pakistan are still studied today for their archaeological significance. A major change came to the region in the early 1700s or so when British merchants set foot on the subcontinent. The British East India Company came to effectively rule what is today Pakistan, India, and Bangladesh. In 1858 or so, the British Crown took control, the government took over and relegated the merchants to other duties, and this British Raj, as it was known, lasted into the 1900s. And then about after World War II, the toll was great for the British, and the Indian National Congress and the Muslim League struggled for independence. And in 1947, the British split apart India, and the Islamic Republic of Pakistan was formed. There were a couple influential figures in the creation of Pakistan. One was Muhammad Iqbal, a great poet and philosopher who first dreamed of a nation called Pakistan. And the other was a political leader, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, who was the founder of Pakistan and its first Governor General. So Pakistan today looks like this, and it's actually the 6th largest country in the world. About 180 million people live in a space that's just a little more than twice the size of California. There are 4 provinces in Pakistan, and they stretch from the Arabian Sea in the south all the way to the mountains in the north, and the 2nd and 9th tallest mountains in the world lie in Pakistan in the northern reaches of the country. Some of the most beautiful places on earth are located in Pakistan, particularly in these mountain areas, as you were able to see in the pictures that ran before the show a little bit ago. Pakistan is home to a diverse mix of people. And although the majority is Muslim, there are many different people groups within Pakistan with their own languages and cultures. Pakistan has 2 official languages, Urdu and English, but large amounts of people speak Punjabi, Saraiki, Pashto, or Sindhi. So in the rest of today's cultural program, you'll have the chance to be exposed to just a little bit of the richness and diversity of Pakistani culture through the songs and dances prepared just for you.